The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. It does not say that money is the root of all evil. Money is inanimate just like a brick. With a brick, you can throw it through somebody's window, or you can use it to build a beautiful church. The same is true with money. Whether it's transferring money for a Medicaid nursing home plan, or simply leaving your nest egg to your loved ones, depending on how it's done or to whom it goes, it can either be a blessing or a curse. Many people come to me wondering about planning but don't know where to start. They just know that they've worked hard and they don't want all they've accumulated to be squandered. So I'm going to share with you the framework I give my clients to start thinking about how to best protect the ones they love. I do this by asking them to consider the D's. The first D is for drugs and drinking. You know what they call a drug addict with money? High. You don't want your hard-earned money to buy a drug dealer a new car. So in considering whether you want to include someone in your estate plan, think about whether any of them could be affected by an addiction to drugs or alcohol. However, just because you have a loved one that struggles with an addiction does not mean you can't take care of them. With a trust, you can do this. Louisiana law provides lots of flexibility to protect your loved ones from themselves, even if they have warts. The second D is for diamonds. Does anyone in your family have spending problems? Using a trust and choosing the proper trustee can minimize the risk that any money would be spent unwisely. D number 3, dice. Consider whether someone in your life has a gambling problem. You don't want your hard-earned nest egg going to the casino. Number 4, debt. Does one of your heirs have creditors waiting to pounce on an inheritance? There are ways to set up an inheritance in a trust that would make it far more difficult for the creditors to get a hold of. Also, someone pretty heavily in debt may be in debt because they can't manage money very well. In a trust, you can often leave enough strings attached to the money so that it's not wasted as easily. Again, you can protect your loved ones from themselves. Number 5, divorce. Divorce property laws can be messy and complicated. You don't want a divorce lawyer convincing a judge to divide up your nest egg. Proper planning can generally keep your ex-daughter-in-law or ex-son-in-law from running off with a bunch of money after breaking your son or daughter's heart. This is also important in blended families. Louisiana law generally gives control of a minor's money to the child's biological parent. So if you're divorced and have minor kids, you need to think about whether you want your ex-spouse managing the money that you leave your kids. Number 6 is deadbeat. This goes along with divorce, but includes a situation where your child may be married to a deadbeat but have no plans for a divorce. In situations like that deadbeat spouse likely has a lot of influence over your child and grandchildren and can pressure them into spending money unwisely. Proper planning can take the pressure off your loved one so they can just say no because it's not up to them. They don't have control. The CPA or the bank trustee does. Number 7 is disability. This is for when you have a disabled or special needs child or grandchild getting government benefits. Under many situations, even a modest inheritance can knock the child off their benefits. If that happens, not only could they lose their monthly income, but they also may lose their health insurance, which is usually worth way more than the small check they'd otherwise get. With special needs planning, you can structure the child's inheritance to supplement their government benefits so they can have a higher quality of life. D number 8 is donations. Sometimes you may feel that you can do the most good by leaving all or part of your nest egg to a church or other charity. You should consider doing this when planning, particularly when you have a big enough nest egg such that taxes may be an issue. We can work with your tax advisor to help you decide the best way to do this. And finally, number 9 is death. Now I know this seems silly. I'm estate planning. Of course I'm considering death. However, what happens if one of your heirs dies first? What if your spouse dies first? What if you die when your spouse is in a nursing home? These are extremely important things to consider. Let me give you an example. I had an old World War II veteran come to see me recently. He was heartbroken and scared because he had to put his wife into his nursing home. He was scared of how he was going to pay for it. But we were able to preserve their nest egg and get them nearly $3,000 a month in benefits for the rest of her life to pay the nursing home in addition to health insurance. However, because he had an I love you will, one that left everything he owned to his wife, if he were to die while she was in the nursing home, it would totally wipe that out and she would lose those monthly benefits. All of their nest egg would go to pay the nursing home bills. So this is something we had to fix. So death is also a deed that also needs to be considered. Here they are again: drugs, diamonds, dice, debt, divorce, deadbeat, disability, donations, and death. Some people need to be protected from themselves. Louisiana's state and trust law is very flexible. You've worked hard for your nest egg and you love your kids and grandkids. With a little thought, you can be a blessing to them, not a curse. Whether you need to do a nursing home plan or just basic estate planning, when you're ready to take the next step, let me know. I'd love to sit down with you and help you be a blessing to your loved ones. You can go to my website at goffandgoffattorneys.com. You can email me or just give me a call. We're here to serve.